Hi guys, how are you all now? Good afternoon. In continuation of our discussing about the various lokas in Mahabharata, let me discuss a few more verses in the first chapter of Mahabharata. Before doing that, let me remind you that the Kurukshetra war in Mahabharata is nothing but a perpetual fight between the plus and the minus, the positive and the negative sides of our own mind and body complex. Kindly keep this at the back of your minds before thinking, listening, or prodding over these verses or about brooding over these verses. Besides that, let me remind you of the cunning, the malice, and the vicious and poisonous tactfulness of Duryodhana before throwing his thorny jibes. Now, here, previously, Duryodhana had already discussed about various soldiers or warriors in the Pandava side of the war. Now he tells Acharya Drona that in his side or in the Kaurava side, there are equally talented, brave, and strong warriors, especially the grand sire Bhishma Pitama, Acharya Drona himself, Acharya Krip, Ashwathama, Karna, Duryodhana, Dushasana, Duryodhana's youngest brother Vikarna, and his sister's husband Jayadatta, plus his own son Lakshmana. While telling this, Dronacharya is being addressed as Dvijottama by Duryodhana. This is a well-sheathed, venomous jibe. A Brahmana is always called twice born in the Hindu scriptures. In other words, a Brahmana is said to have been born twice. First, the one where we all are born. Second, when his sacred thread ceremony takes place. Brahmanas of yore and even today are supposed to undergo a ceremony of sacred thread where a piece of thread or a garland of thread or a long ring of sacred thread is put around the shoulders, the belly, and the back of a Brahmana. A Brahmana is supposed to wear a sacred thread around his bare body. At that time, he is supposed to have been born again. A sacred thread is also called Janevu in the Sanskrit language or the Hindi language. Now, here Duryodhana sarcastically reminds Dronacharya that he is actually a sacred thread, twice born Brahmana. A Brahmana is not supposed to be in the battlefield. It is meant exclusively for the Kshatriyas. Acharya Drona is being reminded by Duryodhana that he, as a Brahmana, along with Acharya Krip and Ashwatthama, had no moral right to be on the battlefield fighting alongside the Kauravas in the Kurukshetra war. At the same time, a worried Duryodhana tells him that the grandsire Bhishma is very old, but he is leading the Kaurava army, whereas Bhima is comparatively young and strong, and he is leading the Pandava army. According to Duryodhana, the one that Bhishma is leading is not sufficient, whereas the one that Bhima is leading is sufficient. So, here Duryodhana requests Dronacharya that for them not only was fighting the war very important, but at the same time it was equally important that they should all protect and guard Bhishma, which is supposed to be the epitome of illusion. In other words, Duryodhana requests Dronacharya the greed that it is more important for them to guide their illusion, the negative thought, than to fight a righteous war. Kindly look at my analysis of these slokas and please tell me how you find it. At the same time, you may also form your own opinions and comments and kindly tell me about them. We can join your comments, your opinions, and my analysis and come up with something rather positive and fruitful for all of us. Thank you.